Thanks for staying with us. I'm Cody Holmyoke.
And I'm Ann McCloy. Have you had a problem getting in to see your doctor lately? Well, a new survey shows we're in the middle of a major doctor shortage, especially when it comes to primary care.
Yeah, upstate, we need another 600 doctors just to satisfy the current need. So if you can't find a doctor or seem to get in a visit, you're not alone.
Our investigative reporter Jennifer Lukey is here now with more on this one in The Real Deal.
Yeah, guys, I mean, we've heard from a lot of viewers over the last several months who say basically they call the doctor, they are told that they can get in right away if they want to see the nurse practitioner or the physician's assistant, but if you want the actual doctor, you have to wait months. Well, as the number of doctors practicing here in New York State decreases, that is the new norm. The doctor-patient relationship may not actually be with the doctor.
Doctor shortages in upstate New York, particularly in rural areas, have been an issue for years.
You get more patients coming to a physician's office. The physician now has to decide, how do I deal with this? One of the ways of dealing with that is to have a mid-level practitioner, such as a nurse practitioner or a physician assistant, helping you to be able to take care of those problems which are appropriate for their level of education and clinical experience.
In fact, at this point, you should assume you're going to get a physician's assistant, whether it's primary care or a specialty.
And the red cells look to be round and small.
Like doctors, PAs are in high demand.
There is not an empty seat in any of these programs.
Most of the students in this PA class at Albany Med will secure jobs long before they graduate in May of 2017. And while less than half of them will go into primary care in rural areas, like doctors, there are benefits for those that do.
Some are getting loan repayment. Some are getting federal assistance for their loan forgiveness so that they provide services to those shortage areas.
PAs are required to take medical boards and receive continuing education.
You would expect the same level of care from a PA that you would from a physician.
Physicians are just fighting to keep them on the team.
Hospitals are very often grabbing them up for clinics, and because they are larger institutions with deeper pockets, are able to offer significantly better benefits packages, so that when I have to compete against the hospital to hire someone, it makes it incredibly difficult for me.
There are 18 PA programs across the state trying to give doctors qualified assistance to help keep patients happy.
I'd love to have a class of 100 people, but unfortunately, there's certain resources that are necessary so that we can train our PAs appropriately.
Right now, there are 42 spots in Albany Med's PA school. They get about 1,200 applications each semester. At the medical school, 9,000 applications for 140 spots. So it's clear that there's a lot of interest in these medical jobs. It's just weeding out who can make it through the intense training, and then Cody and Ann trying to convince them to stay here in New York State.
Well, let's talk dollars and cents for a second. Is
Sure.
there a cost difference? Do we pay the same amount if we see a doctor rather than a PA assistant?
Yes, we pay the same copay most of the time,
Right.
because, as you know, it's office visit is one copay, whoever you see. Insurance companies actually also pay the same, regardless of if it's a physician's assistant or a doctor. So this kind of is the new norm. When you call, expect you'll get your physician's assistant unless you're willing to wait and ask for the doctor.
Well, all right.
Thank you.
Yep.